What's up, y'all? It's Problems Cracking. It's D about T-Rex. It's been by Omeezy. It's titled Women Hate Cooking with Kaya. I saw something about this on TikTok on my For You page where a dude was like trying to defend her. And I'm like, who? I don't know who this is. I don't know why people hate her, but we're going to get the TikTok tea. Let's watch.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make your man some breakfast before I do.
Now, I think this food looks absolutely
Maybe because it's giving pick me. So maybe women see that like, you're a pick me. Maybe that was, I mean, just a guess from just that short clip. I don't know this woman. I don't know what other content she got up, but that's what it's giving. That's like a nigga with a shirt off and he oiled up and he like, go rub your woman's feet before I do it for you, nigga. Before I take your bitch, you know, you would be like, this nigga's corny, you know. So it's that same energy.
To be honest with you, some of these flavors are contradicting. It honestly looks mostly packaged or simplistic, which is okay. She's young. This is what it's supposed to be. But surely this can't be what's got people upset and up in arms.
Wait, cooking is slavery, Twitter. Turned it into pygmies because of cooking with Kaya. What? We won't be thirsting over cereal because we want to start an uproar about us enjoying a little cooking with Kaya. So cooking with Kaya is just the girl cooking and shaking her little tail feather, and the girls are upset. Bring back hobbies. I mean, this is nothing to get mad over, but I can see people pointing out that she's a pick me, but you actually getting upset is another thing. It's not that serious.
Arms, correct? Right? That's embarrassing. Of all the crazy things that women are doing on the internet, like racking up 100 bodies in a singular day, planning to do 1,000 next.
I ran through by 101 men, and my eyes are still recovering from all the bodily fluids that went in them.
You would think that that's what a lot of the women on the internet who are about protecting women are up in arms about. You know, protecting their sister from these injustices of their own mind. But it's kind of crazy that they aren't mad about that, but more so mad about a young woman showing off her cooking skills.
Girl, I can steal your man.
But I hate when people make comments like that because you can't say people aren't mad at that also. They could also be talking shit about that as well. So stop being like, well, y'all are cool with this, but not cool. You can't make that claim. People have the capacity to hate multiple people. But again, hating anybody who putting up basic ass content like this is like, so what? It's not that deep.
Because dinner I just cooked, bro. Welcome to another video with Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
If there's one thing that women hate, it's a pick-me. Or somebody that they've labeled as a pick-me for just simply doing actions that men like. Now, Kaya clearly knows that, what men love, and she's taking advantage of it. They say the easiest way to a man's heart is through his stomach, so Kaya's decided to put out cooking videos with her own creative twist. They say in Media Marketing 101, you need a hook and a catchy thing that'll get you into people's algorithms and their eyeballs and their views, and she's got it. But this is anti what women want.
I'm sorry, but I do not like this little cooking with Kaya hoe. I was on the phone with this dude the other day.
He's leaving out a big part of it though. She's saying, I'm gonna take your man. She's not just saying that, oh, this is what I, like to cook, and hey, I'm here with my titty showing or whatever. She's saying, oh, you ain't cooking for your man? I will. I'm gonna take your man, bitch. Like, it's giving that. So that also triggers some women.
I said, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. Don't be saying that on my motherfucking phone. But make it even worse, I can barely cook. I might be able to cook a little cornbread and a little cabbage, but all that, I can't cook like that. Then you got the girl dancing while she cooking. Like, girl, you was doing that for no reason. Like, it would have been cool if the girl didn't have a dump truck. My man is not allowed to watch Cooking with Kaya, period, point blank. I don't care.
I'm sure you've heard of the movement of women decentering men in their day-to-day lives.
Today's lesson is how to decenter men and stop craving male validation. You need to find hobbies that don't have to do with men. If you don't have any hobbies, then the only real thing going on for you that's outside of the normal is your relationship. Next is make a to-do list every single day that doesn't have to do with men. Obviously, keep yourself so busy that you don't have time to think about them. This one works wonders. You don't have to act like, oh, I'm gonna ignore his text for 3 hours because, girl, you're gonna be doing things to level up yourself. Then slowly but surely, we'll start to get used to their presence not being there all the time. It'll become a normal thing for you not to call them and not to text them. You'll realize how much happier you are to not constantly being like, how can I cater to the male gaze?
Now, I don't think that there's a problem with decentering men at all, to be honest with you. Actually, I think it can be positive. Being so wrapped up in the opposite gender, mostly due to sex or other means of companionship or romantic interaction, can be toxic and take you away from the main goals that you have in life. But I would probably argue this much emphasis on decentering men is centering men. Nonetheless, I don't think it's a bad idea to decenter the opposite sex in order to focus on your goals. But some people take it to the most extremes, and there can be negative impacts of decentering men that aren't discussed at all.
You know, like I talk about my dating life and how it's going, and the most advice I get is decenter men, and I totally understand that, and that's what I was trying to learn. But a part of me has a small little thing, right? Love you have in yourself, right? The things you do for yourself. It's not the same as having like platonic love for like a family member. There's times I can spoil myself, right? Like it's coming from my bank account. Like I'll feel fulfilled, but at the same time, like what about at night when I want to be held or cuddled or even just told these things? Like it's like a part of me knows I can love myself to the fullest extent, but it can never replace being held or being kissed or being like just told everything's gonna be okay by someone else. I think it's more so just not centering your life around a man's life. Like have your own life. You can still want someone, but don't let your life revolve around theirs. Don't become too dependent.
So in a situation like the Cooking with Kaya video where this girl clearly over-seasons the shrimp. I mean, look at the shrimp in question. Look at how much seasoning she puts on there. These are multiple different seasonings that have the same type of taste or flavor profile. It's actually insane. It's amazing to me though how a young girl with a hobby or desire to provide for the man that she wants in the future elicits such
Somebody else,
strong
man?
and nasty behavior from a bunch of women on the internet that want her to also decenter men the way that they've attempted to decenter men. Maybe she just doesn't have a problem with centering men like you do. Maybe she likes cooking. I can agree that she is thirst trapping, but again, with the extremes that we see on the internet,
I'm trying to be the first person to be with 1,000 guys in 24 hours. Now, this isn't an easy task, finding 1,000 people. So, women, if you can lend me your husbands for the day, that would be
sure they're
amazing.
shaming her.
I don't think that this is as harmful as people are making it out to be. Now, I think that this wouldn't be a problem if she was doing something that was more women-focused, like if she was doing something that women enjoy to do and it wasn't for this specific means to get somebody that was a partner, I guess. But her doing a normal task that most human beings should be able to do shouldn't invoke such a big response. And I would even go as far as to say this can only exist with a task like cooking because so many women don't know how to cook in 2024.
I don't cook. I'm a white wave girl. I can cook tacos and pasta. Every guy I've ever dated, I've been in a 7-year relationship.
That doesn't exist anymore. Sorry to break it to y'all. This whole notion of, oh, women can't cook these days, da-da-da. We live in 2024. You can literally figure out how to cook anything. Of course, it comes with a little bit of trial and error, but there are so many detailed recipes out there. You can cook literally whatever you want to cook. People who say they don't cook or they don't know how to cook, that just means they don't want to put any effort into it. That means they don't want to cook. Doesn't mean they actually don't know how to cook. This is not fucking 1920 where you gotta cook the shit that was passed down from generation to generation. Like, nigga, we got the internet. You can literally look up anything. I've looked up recipes and followed them to the T, and it was fire. And like, people like, oh, this is so good, thinking I know how to cook. I just know how to read. I follow the recipe. Anybody can do it. Anybody who has common sense and can read. So the whole women don't know how to cook, that's stupid. Anybody can cook.
8 years, and I don't cook. So you're not gonna cook for your
Exactly.
kids?
People are saying they don't want to cook. There's a big difference. There are some women who don't want to cook.
I will do chicken dinos, and order healthy
What's a chicken dinos?
Chicken dinos from Jewel and Trader Joe's. The chicken fingers. Like, I'm not cooking from scratch. I will cook and put things in the oven.
But I wonder if this response would be different if she was doing laundry with Kaya, or braiding with Kaya, I don't know if this same situation would happen. This generation of parents has been literally failing the men and the women as far as becoming adults or partners, let alone husbands and wives. And then when you have the internet glorifying things like WAP saying, I don't cook, I don't clean.
But let me tell you, I got this ring. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me. Jump out for you, let it get inside of me.
It makes sense why so many people would be so mad about this
23-year-old
girl
Offset
having a life skill. Now, with all that being said, I think a fair question to ask is, do I believe that Cooking with Kaya is a pick-me? Actually, no. I think that she's a content creator who found clearly what seems to be a very, very catchy hook in order to draw people's attention to her videos. But it's not like she'll do anything to get a man. She's using rage bait in a perfect way. I don't see anything extreme right now about anything that she's doing. Now, I do think the responses that she's getting based off of her rage bait are very extreme, but I don't think what she's doing is extreme.
Cooking with Kaya is popular among the men because she's extremely relatable and attainable. What regular man, especially nigga, is eating that palette of food on the daily? No, he's eating the stuff he was used to his mama making when he was growing up. Majority of people in society are average, if you didn't know. So that means that most men are going to be average. And what they're attracted to, in theory, will also be average. Because you also have to take into account the man has to be able to pull the woman. And usually men are most attracted to things on average that they perceive they can pull. So y'all are over here talking about like other creators that cook better or look better or whatever. These men don't even have the funds to even believe that they can have a conversation with some of those people. Okay? They don't have the looks, the socioeconomic class, the social tier, the nothing. Okay? Which is where her appeal comes in because she's an average girl making average.
Some men also, especially in the red pill community, they want to gravitate towards things that they see women don't like. So it's like, oh, y'all don't like her? Okay, we're going to uplift her even more because we want to spite y'all. Because otherwise it would be like, you whore, and you, you know, this is embarrassing, and have respect for yourself. Otherwise it would be that. But I feel like some people, they just like, okay, bet we're going to glorify her now because we see that y'all don't like it.
In her average home, shaking her ass in her average tight outfits.
I don't view her as a pick-me because she's not doing anything and everything for a man. She's not willing to bend over backwards for the approval of a man. This is just simple, harmless content. Now, we do know about pick-me's, and pick-me's are not good things.
So, in Cam Newton's latest attempt to publicly humiliate Jazzy Brown, he's now done an interview saying that he's unfaithful to her and how, unlike other women, she doesn't come.
Okay, we get into this. I already made a whole video talking about this. Okay, this is the hype, I guess. I was wondering, like, who this girl was and why people kept talking about her, but yeah, it seems like people are just blowing things out of proportion as usual. Because I don't think it's that deep to have to make videos about her, these think pieces, and need to be like, oh, y'all only like her because she average. Her food average, she look average. That's why you average niggas like her. Like, I don't think that is necessary. But at the same time, we're not going to sit here and act like this girl ain't no pick me. Like, come on. Like, I just gave y'all the example. If it was reversed and a dude was, you know, making videos about how he'll take your woman and how you need to be doing this and da-da-da, and trying to do things that he knows that women like, y'all would be saying, oh, you pandering, and y'all would be talking shit about him. So keep that same energy. Women can see this and say, okay, this is giving pick me energy for sure. Of course, there are different levels of pick me behavior, but this is definitely on the scale. What are we talking about? But I mean, sure, girl, do you live your life? It sure count your life. Who cares? Like I said, I don't think it's that serious to pick it apart and to talk shit about her. But I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.